What is up, guys? Error71 here, bringing you guys my Odd Eyes Dragon Pendulum deck, or whatever you like to call it. Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon deck. Sorry, I just like mixed the word. But yeah, this is one of my favorite decks. Not as favorite as my Pendulum Magicians because I enjoy it a little bit more. But this is also a fun deck. And it's one of my favorite cards of all time, so I thought why not to give it a profile, and I'm really happy that he got this support. So without further ado, let's get started. And one thing to know, I haven't wrote it in the title just for like, for just to let you discover, but this deck has my own special text and I'm trying to incorporate all the Odd Eyes monsters, and trust me, it's working really nice. If you don't like it, you can take it out, but this is my deck profile, so we hope you guys enjoy. So to start things off, of course, you want to run triple of the man himself, triple Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. I'm running this art because the other art is my Pendulum Magicians, because like I told you, I like Pendulum Magicians of Odd Eyes better, because that's the deck that came out by myself. But whatever. You run 3 of him because it's just basically a really good card. It's OTKs, it searches, it's just amazing card in general. It's not like that crazy good, but like it's really nice because it does help you trigger up sometimes if you don't have this guy effect, which is the new monster. So you already know what it does when you're going to skip with a new monster. The new monster is a normal monster, which was actually surprising me at the start, and I kind of like got angry at this at the start, but then I just was okay with this, so it's not that bad. Its effect is basically, first off, at 2700, which is really nice, but its effect is when Odd Eyes cards you control get destroyed, you basically get to special summon one Odd Eyes monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Simple as that. That's what I like about this Legendary Dragon supports, because every single deck got a simple card as that. And you can only, of course, use the effect once per turn, but this is really good because you just basically destroy your own cards with Sky Iris, with Odd Eyes getting destroyed during the end phase, and then you're just getting a strong monster on board. You can even revive your Fusion and your Synchro and your Xyz, which is really cool, so that's actually really nice. And then the next card I'm running 2 copies of Odd Eyes Phantom Dragon, which is basically my most what it called. I'm not saying it's the worst dragon of the level 7 ones, but I just like it's just here to be like another OTK potential. It's have a better OTK potential than Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, but I still don't like it in the scale. And the scale is like meh, but on the field it's just really powerful because just, if you have 2 Odd Eyes in your scale, it just burn your opponent for 2400, which is amazing. It does have the potential to boost your monsters, and with Sky Iris you can get it off the scale, but like because it's a scale 4, it's a little bit of annoying with some of the monsters in the deck, but like yeah, that's it for that. And then that's it for the big dragons and the Pendulum Dragons. And then we're running for the little support because I just wanted to just basically get those out of the way. So for the little guys, I'm running 3 copies of Persona because this card is just basically, I like to call it the extra deck killer. And it's also just a scale 1, which is also pretty good. And it's a level 5, so it's open up levels 8 synchro plays. So this card is really good. I love it at 3, and just save save me all the time. So it's really important, and you want to run 3 of this card. And then I'm also running 1 copy of Mirage, because Mirage is just a nice card to sit on, and just a nice scale 8 in general. And just a nice card, like, just to normal summon this, and you have your others in your scale, and you break, it just like, it's one of those cards that you can, if you break, it just really will help you. So you want to run 1 of this card, and then that's pretty much it for the little guys. And now we're going to the other aspect of the deck, which is a little bit connected to this, but I want to give it another aspect. So first off, we're running 1 copy of Performable Odd Eyes Light Phoenix, and 1 Unicorn. Those are the 2, of course, monsters that I want to run the deck because they're basically another Odd Eyes names. This one help you OTK again, and it's also a nice high scale, and this one just help you to defend yourself, and it's basically also help you boost your performable monsters, which we're getting to them right now. So first off, Performable Skullcrobat Joker, because it's the searcher of the deck, you want to run 3 of him, so it's really obvious, and you probably already know what kind of a performable engine I'm running. So I'm running 2 performable Pendulum Sorcerer, then 1 Lizard Draw, and then the 1 Turtle. Pretty simple lineup, because this lineup is just the normal combo. You just pop your scale, search those 2, and just get 2 draws. Really nice. And then I'm also running the one U Golem to be your other fusion, just to be another target in general. So this is my lineup of Foam Pulse, the lineup that work best for me. You don't have to run it like this, but you can do whatever you want. And then, of course, you haven't seen Auto Synchron in the deck. It's because I don't feel it's that needed in the deck. You could run it if you want to, but I like to run another tuner instead, and that's 2 copies of Noble Dragon Magician. I just love this. I prefer this than Auto Synchron for a few reasons, because it's synergized with the level 4s and just give you the level 8 synchros anyway. I just love it because if you just get to the graveyard, you just basically easily do stuff. So I love this card at 2. You could cut 1 and just put Auto Synchron, but I just like this, and this is the tuner I prefer to run in the deck. This one helps for fusions, this one helps for synchros, and those are just basically searchable. This is the only card I think that is not searchable in the deck, so that's why I'm running it 2. And that's pretty much does it for the pendulum aspect. And then there are 2 last monsters that I'm running. Well, 1 monster that I'm running at 2, which all of you are not going to expect, but I'm running 2 copies of Otai's Gravity Dragon. Yes, that's what I meant by a special aspect of the deck. I love the Ritual monster. It's really, really cool, and it's helping you OTK your opponent so fast. And it's really, really nice because of the new Otai's Arc Pendulum Dragon effect. Is like if your opponent just destroy those and you're not focused on your skill or not reading their effects, you're basically getting this card back, and your opponent just wait 500 life points to just basically does that. So yeah, I'm going to read you this effect for basically let you know to what he does. So when he's summoned, you basically giving your opponent the annoyance to just bounce their entire back row to their hand, and they cannot respond. So any spell and trap they have, bounce to their hand, and they cannot respond. And then basically, you can also, his other effect is basically an not an odd, a Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. So it's just really, really cool, and I love this card too. You don't have to run it, like I said, this is the card that you don't have to run, and you can run like the Auto Synchron, the Dissolver, whatever you want. I just love this card too, and just so easy to bring out in the deck, and because of that, I'm running 2. Hopefully, I'm not glaring your face too much, because I'm seeing like I'm glaring all the time, but like, hopefully I'm not just, you know, taking it way too far, but I'm just really, really excited about this card, and I'm really, really happy that we finally have the ability to play a card like this. So yeah, that's it for that. And that does it for the monsters. Now we'll move on to the spells. So first off, your field spell. You want to run triple copies of Sky Iris, the most important card in my opinion in the deck, because it's just searching everything and protect your skills. So in my opinion, it's just the one best card in the deck. And then also to search it, you want to run Terraforming. I was debating of running like 2 Terraformings, but then because of the Ritual monster, it's just taking space, and you don't need more than 4 copies of the card in the deck, because you have other cards to search your combo pieces, but this is just the most important one, because it lets you pop and then activate Arc Effect a little bit more easier, and also just giving you the ability to just search any Odd Eyes Pendulum card you control, Odd Eyes card you want. So yeah, it's just really, really good, but I don't think you need more than 3 and 1 in my opinion, even in pure Odd Eyes, without the Ritual. And that does it for that. And then for the other searchers of the deck, you want free Spiral Flame Strike. This card is basically really good because it can search you all your level 7 Odd Eyes monsters in the deck. So we have 3, 6, 7, it's not 7, 8, 10 targets in the deck that you can search. And then you can also add you from the extra deck to your hand. Of course, you need so that is really, really cool. And then if you control an Odd Eyes monster, it can also be a free pop. So that's really, really cool. And it's not once per turn. That's what makes this card so broken, in my opinion. And then, of course, another searcher, because we're playing a Pendulum deck, you want to run triple copies of Duelist Alliance. Because we're playing 8 targets, this card can search. So the 2, you know, what I call Pendulum Sorcerer and the 2 other cards. So this card is really important, and you want to run this card at 3. And that pretty much does it for the searchers. And then the last 4 spells are the 2 ritual spells to just basically ritual summon your monster. This is very, very important to run at 2. If you want, you can even run it at 3, but I think like 2 is okay because you don't want to see them way too much. And this is very, very important because the ritual monster is so searchable. Like this search it, this not search it, but like you have Perform Pulse Coco but Joker to search it. Like it's so easy to search, but this one is not, so you want to run this. Like if you want to cut one of the ritual monsters, you can. So that's pretty much it for that. And it's also really nice of a ritual spell because it just lets you use monsters from your extra deck if your opponent control 2 monsters or more and you control no monsters. So it's really nice and convenient for the deck. And then it's also letting you to ritual summon from the graveyard, which is really, really good as well. So if you send your Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon by any Odd Eyes Gravity Dragon by any chance to the graveyard, you can use it. And you can also ritual summon any dragon ritual monster, but you need to use Pendulum Monster for the ritual payment. So we can even use it on like other monsters if you want to, but I just don't recommend it. This card is just good in general, but I'm not like recommending to use it on Chaos Max or something stupid like that. And then the last two spells are the two Odd Eyes Fusion. Pretty simple. Odd Eyes Fusion, you know all what it does. Again, if you don't want two of this, you can cut it down to one and just run another spell. And that pretty much does it for the main deck. 40 cards deck, pretty much simple as that. This deck is really fun and really simple, and that's pretty much it for that. Now for the extra deck. So first off, you want to run 2 copies of Vortex because it's the best fusion in the deck, the fusions that are going out in the most. And then 1 Starving Venom, because it's basically, actually, yeah, 1 Starving Venom. I wanted to do the other Odd Eyes monster, but then I realized it's okay. So 1 Starving Venom because it's just basically really easy to bring in the deck, and I enjoy this artwork so much. So we want to run 2 of this card, and then we also want to run 1 copy of the Supreme because it's a lot more easier to bring out, but it's also pretty good in general. So this one, you know what it does, this one, you know what it does, and then we're also running one a little bit underrated card, is Performapal Gatling Ghoul. This card is amazing. This card just like burn your opponent to death. This card is just so fun to use, and it can end for you games. All of you supposed to know what it does. It's a little bit underrated, but you're supposed to know what it does. And then the other aspect is the Synchros. I'm running 2 copies of Odd Eyes Mirror Burst. This card, I think you needed a 2 as well, because this card just lets you to just special summon cards from your Pendulum Scale, which is really good for like Xyz plays. And then it's also just negating a monster during a monster effect during the battle phase, which is really nice. So I like this card too. And then 1 Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, which is again a nice level 7 as well. And then lastly 1 Supreme King Clear Wing, because it's also really good in the deck. And that does it for the Synchros. Now we'll move on to the Xyz. So first off, 2 Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. This card is the card that you basically go into this the most. I'm not running any other rank 7, but you can run whatever you want if you want to cut the extra deck. I just find this extra deck to be sufficient enough. And then this is a really important card in my opinion. Just basically defend your monsters so you can defend your monsters from attacks once per turn. And what it does is just summoning 1 from the extra deck, which is really good, so we can summon a Vortex. And it's also have the ability to just basically, when you negate an attack, you can basically special summon an Odd Eyes monster from your hand or graveyard, which is crazy. So you can have this as a material, detach it, because this is just the price for the for the negating the attack, and then because you negated the attack, you can special summon this. So this is really cool, and you don't need to have like cards in the graveyard to activate this effect, unlike Lumina or Zodiac. What is she called? Laika, I believe that she called, or Chakinine. I don't remember her name. I think it's Laika or Chunkinine. Doesn't really matter, but like it's not a card that need a cost in the graveyard. So yes, that is for that. And then we also run 1 Dark Rebellion for rank 4s. And 1 Supreme King Dark Rebellion, again for rank 4s. This is more of a gimmicky deck, like I told you guys. It's just basically for Odd Eyes, and that's I don't running any cards that are not related to Odd Eyes because I don't need to. I'm mostly relying on the ritual monsters. The 2 last Xyz monster, the monsters I run is the one, and those 2 cards. You can cut one of them out, but I just wanted to have 2 targets for my Odd Eyes Fusion. And just basically this card can also be targeted by the Supreme King Starving Venom and gaining its effect. So it's really cool, and that's why I also like this card, because it's just targeting cards. So in the graveyard, just giving you their effect, or you or your opponent control. It's really simple. You already know what it does. But yeah, that does it for the extra deck. No Link monsters, because most of the time I don't need any Link monster. Most of the time I'm just going Ritual Summons. That's why I'm saying that I don't need Link monsters. So I'm going Ritual Summon, then just activate Arc Effect because a card was destroyed, summon a monster, and then just going rank 7, detach a material, bring the ritual back. You know how that goes. It's just really simple as that, and you don't need, in my opinion, more of those cards in the extra deck. You can do whatever you want, but those are the cards that I decided to run. And that does it for my Odd Eyes deck profile. Really simple deck profile. Hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like, subscribe. It's really helped the channel. And remember, creativity is the key in this game. Have a good day, guys.